It's me, Brando Vader. Welcome back to Comic Origins, and today we are picking up where we last left off, where Obi-Wan Kenobi was captured by the Separatists, is being held on Geonosis. So, stand by. So where we last left off, Obi-Wan Kenobi was chasing after Jango Fett to a planet called Geonosis. He sent out one last message to Anakin, hoping that Anakin would deliver it to the Jedi Council up on Coruscant. And then he got captured by the Separatists and was told by Count Dooku, who, to his surprise, was actually working for the Separatists. And Count Dooku told him that the Jedi are currently under the influence of a Sith Lord going by the name of Darth Sidious, implying that Palpatine was, the Darth Sith, like the Dark Sith, leader of the Sith, whatever. Obi-Wan just assumes that Count Dooku's a liar. He turned to the dark side. He was Qui-Gon Jinn's master, and then, he died, and they kind of discuss Qui-Gon Jinn and how Qui-Gon Jinn would be appalled that, his master has officially joined the dark side. And, anyway, but little does Obi-Wan know that before he's executed, Anakin and Padme are on their way trying to save him. Watch the movie, you should know that Anakin and Padme get captured. They make out right before they're sent to the execution, and Obi-Wan and Anakin and Padme are all in the execution arena, getting ready to be eaten alive by giant praying mantises and tiger things. When turns out Mace Windu was there, and 80 other Jedi, and they attack and try to free Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme, and they all escape, and this is the battle where Mace Windu cuts off Jango Fett's head, making it where Boba Fett now has a deep hatred for the Jedi, and now wants to kill them all. And now we head to the battle between Count Dooku, where Obi-Wan and Anakin fight Count Dooku. And let's just say they're both beat pretty easily. Like, Count Dooku takes out Anakin first, and then takes out Obi-Wan pretty quickly. Anakin gets back into the fight, and gets his hand chopped off, like this, from Dooku, and then Yoda comes up, and just beats the snot out of Count Dooku, who escapes. And after that, then, Anakin and Padme get married, which is against the rules, so it's secret, so only R2-D2 and C-3PO and a few other people are actually there to see the wedding with Anakin's new robot hand that kind of looks like a skeleton hand. I will not be covering anything in the Clone Wars, because that is like 5 seasons. Wait, that's 6 seasons of stuff with Obi-Wan Kenobi that I'm not going to be covering, because I can't cover that much stuff. So I'm just going to pick up with Revenge of the Sith right about now. So in Revenge of the Sith, it picks up where, Sidious, I'm just going to call him Sidious because I don't like the name Palpatine. So Sidious has been captured by General Grievous, where he's been supposedly captured, because little does, Grievous know, I think, is that the Senator and the Emperor are the exact same person. When I'm being confusing, Senator Palpatine is also known as Emperor Palpatine, who is also known as Darth Sidious. That's just a little fun fact for you who have not seen Star Wars. I don't know why you haven't seen Star Wars. This is one big spoiler. Go watch the movie. So Obi-Wan and Anakin fly into the ship, and they try to free the, Palpatine, but, they're sent in a trap, and they're captured by General Grievous, who R2-D2 later gives Anakin and Obi-Wan their sabers back, and they defeat all of Grievous's guards, but Grievous escapes by hopping into space, because he doesn't need to breathe, so he just hops into space, gets to a ship, and fly away. Later, they are after Darth Sidious. They're trying to free him from the Confederacy, and Count Dooku shows up and knocks out Obi-Wan really quickly. Again, for the second time in the movie, Obi-Wan's been beaten up by Count Dooku. On Palpatine's orders, Anakin kills Count Dooku by chopping off his head, and then as they're trying to leave, Anakin remembers about Obi-Wan and tries to save him, despite the fact that Palpatine's like, no, we can't carry him. But in the end, Obi-Wan does get out safely because he wakes up with Anakin carrying him over his shoulder up a elevator shaft. And then the next battle that Obi-Wan was largely involved in was the battle against General Grievous on Utapau, where Order 66 first started. And he is fighting against General Grievous, and he shoots his heart out literally, because in case you guys don't know, General Grievous used to be a living person. Then he got all of his body messed up, and he was the prototype for Darth Vader. That's how it's kind of explained. He was part of the prototype project for Darth Vader. So all that they needed was his eyes and his organs, and they just put his organs and eyes into a robot suit, and he became General Grievous. Obi-Wan shoots him in the chest, causing his heart to catch fire, and he pretty much immediately dies. But soon after that, Emperor Palpatine unleashes Order 66, which basically tells all the clones to kill all Jedi. This was a pretty interesting moment because you guys see all the clones murdering their masters. You guys see Ki-Adi-Mundi getting shot in the back, and Alea Secura being shot in the back as well. Commander Cody ordered his troops to shoot explosives at Obi-Wan, knocking him off a bridge and almost murdering him. Luckily, he escapes, meets up with Yoda, and then he finds out that, oh gosh, Anakin killed a bunch of kids. He's now the Emperor's new apprentice, and now going by the name of Darth Vader, and that he's currently killed all the Separatists on Mustafar. So Obi-Wan heads there with Padme to stop Anakin. Anakin sees Obi-Wan with Padme and believes that Obi-Wan turned Padme against him, and he pretty much tries to kill Padme by strangling her, and then him and Obi-Wan get into this epic fight, which of course Obi-Wan wins, and ends with Obi-Wan cutting off Anakin's arms and legs, taking his lightsaber, walking off to go save Padme, leaving Anakin screaming on the ground, on fire, screaming, "I hate you!" Obi-Wan then takes Padme's kids. Well, he takes Luke Skywalker, while Senator Bail Organa, who's personally one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars, takes Leia to raise her as his own, because they consider having a kid, but apparently they can't have a kid, so this is, perfect thing. That's where Princess Leia comes from. Obi-Wan decides to stay on Tatooine and watch after Luke from a distance because his family has seen what Vader can do, and does not like the idea that Obi-Wan, who's pretty much a bit like Vader, in their opinion, is saying they're watching. So after multiple encounters, they basically tell him, "You can't be this close. We're raising him. You're supposed to trust us. We're the parents. You're not." So that pretty much ends, currently until A New Hope. In A New Hope, Luke Skywalker and his family obtain the droid R2-D2 and C-3PO, but in the middle of the day, R2-D2 goes looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi because somehow he knows that Obi-Wan Kenobi is on Tatooine, and he's sent there with a message. So Luke goes chasing after him, and they are saved by Obi-Wan Kenobi because they're about to be attacked by the Tusken Raiders, who are the weird guys who don't like to show their flesh. The message is where the whole thing came from, where it's, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." So Obi-Wan Kenobi takes Luke Skywalker and the droids to Mos Eisley's cantina, where all the best pilots are, and apparently the best bad guys, apparently best thieves, murderers, and all that stuff, are currently residing for some reason. They meet Han Solo and Chewbacca, who takes them to the Death Star to free Princess Leia, which they do, and in the end, Darth Vader attacks and kills Obi-Wan Kenobi. But just wait, this is not the end of Obi-Wan's adventure. Apparently Obi-Wan, Yoda, and very few other Jedi, hinting Qui-Gon Jinn, were able to turn themselves into ghosts and become one with the Force instead of just becoming dead meat. They were able to become one with the Force so they could still spread their teachings as ghosts, such as when Obi-Wan helps Luke take out the Death Star by saying, "You can use the Force, Luke. Use the Force, Luke." And Luke does, and he blows up the Death Star. This can also later be found after Yoda and Darth Vader have been murdered, and you see them on the planet Endor, watching and smiling at Luke all together. And hopefully they will appear in the new Star Wars 7. That does it for this Star Wars video. I will see you next week with a Jay Garrick video to celebrate the fact that Jay Garrick is going to be in The Flash. And this weekend there will hopefully be some gaming videos going up, so please stay tuned for that. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you did not like it, dislike and tell me why. Hopefully you can leave some constructive criticism and I can help make this show more entertaining for you guys as a whole. I'm Brando Vader. I'll see you broskies later.